want to jump to continuous preparation, secret of evergreen ministry. That's page 57 in your manual. Continuous preparation is the secret of evergreen ministry. May you be a green minister. Okay, let me read from the outline. There is no way you can truly be a fruitful minister and have evergreen ministry without continuous preparation. You know the Boy Scouts, you remember their motto? What was it? Be prepared. Be prepared. Or always prepared. Always ready. Always prepared. Too many ministers are dried up. And like I said, they have become brown. They have become yellow. They are empty. And become ineffective and irrelevant today simply because they detest the idea of continuous education and preparation in ministry. You know, over the years, in many of the conferences and school of ministry, either consciously or unconsciously, this idea has been sold to us that we don't need to prepare for ministry. It is the work of God, and God will do it by himself. And many of us run with that idea. Why some sections believe that you should go to Bible school and get ready for ministry. Some section of the church believes that you don't need all that. 1 month training, at worst 3 months training. It's okay. The rest, Holy Spirit will do everything. But I want God to help us balance it today. That even though we need the Holy Spirit, he's the owner of the work. And God can do his work without us. But he has decided not to do it without us. I don't know why he decided it that way. But that's what God has decided. And if God is going to use you mightily, you must prepare. Tell your neighbor, you must prepare. You must keep on preparing. It is when you keep on preparing that you will not lose your ministry. It is then you will not lose your relevance. It is then church will not reject you and throw you away. Even though you are the founder of the church, once you are dried up, they will throw you away. They will go for your youth pastor. Look, church is very sincere. It is we that have problem. As long as you are relevant, you are fresh, you are useful, you are new, they get new things from you, they will keep coming. And that's why you are coming. If since you came on Tuesday now, it's the same material, it's the same preaching, it's the same story, it's the same everything, you will have stopped coming. In fact, some of you will go and ask for your money. I'm not abusing you. That's humanity for you. Say, give me my money. This was the conference you did the other time. You are trying to collect money from us. And the messages are nothing. I didn't gain anything. So I don't need to ask you, are you gaining or not? By your continuous coming, I know you are gaining. Because I know you are too important to waste your time. The same thing with the people that listen to us. The same thing with the people that comes to our church. So you see, when somebody say, I'm calling a conference, pastors should come. He must have prepared though. May the Lord rebuke Satan. You see, some of you are afraid and you have faith too. Okay, let's read on. The story is told of a student who saw his professor studying late into the night and very early in the morning. Whenever he passes by, the light is on in the professor's study. He's a professor, and I hope you know what it takes to become a professor. But this professor will read late and early. He's at it again in his study. The curious student then asks the professor, in his class one day, why do you still study and read early and late every day? The professor replied, look at his reply. It is better to teach out of a running stream of water than from a stagnant pool. Do you know the saddest thing? Many of us pastors were stagnant pool. It is the outlines we are prepared, the messages we are prepared, the same way we have been preaching, the same way we have been communicating, the same way we have been leading, the same way we get angry, the same way we rush things. That's the way we have been doing it for 20 years. You become irrelevant too. Especially, I'm sorry to say this, but especially if you are from 50 years old upward and you have been in ministry for 20-something years. This is your message. This is the secret of remaining as a green minister. Okay, let's move on. Quite sad that some once fruitful ministers, they were fruitful once, have now become stagnant. A stagnant pool because they fail to keep on preparing again and again. You know what I've discovered? Some pastors are complaining. People don't invite me to preach. They didn't put me on the altar. You know what they are simply saying? The last time you preach, you mess up. No, that's the thing. They can't tell you to your face. Ekpe me now. Taloma pe. The last time they gave you platform, you messed up, my friend. There was no substance. In fact, let me tell you the truth. I've done that to people. There are people I've brought. When they finish, I'll greet or I'll give them invitation. I won't say anything. You know, that's what cuts the man. But within me, you will never come back. Because you didn't measure up to the standard. Hello. You know why some people are complaining that invitation is too much? It's too much. People don't allow me to rest. They just keep on inviting me. You know, you see a lot of, especially these itinerant ministers, they will carry invitation. I mean, they will carry their call card. They say, sir, I can do revival. Yes, I know how to do VG. If you give me microphone, You know what you are simply saying? The difference? One is relevant, one is fresh, one is green, and the other is dry and it's empty. So anywhere they invite you to preach, they didn't call you back again. You should know that is what happened. There may be others, but that will be the major one. What's the foundation for this? In Luke chapter 12, verse 47, it says that the servants that knoweth his Lord's will and did not prepare himself shall be beaten with many stripes. The key word there, that did not prepare himself. Now let's read together 2 Timothy chapter 2. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse number 21 and 25. If a man therefore purge himself from these, he shall be a vessel unto honor, sanctified, and meet for the master's use, and prepared unto every good work. Can I pray for somebody? May the Lord prepare you. Amen. May you also prepare yourself for every good work. Because it's a two-part thing. God can prepare you and you fail to prepare yourself. There's a divine aspect of preparation. There's a human aspect of preparation. Prepared unto every good work. Prepared. Prepared unto every good work. Look at verse 25. In meekness, instructing those that oppose themselves, if God peradventure will give them repentance to the acknowledging of the truth. Okay, I think verse 15. Yes, verse 15. Study to show thyself approved. Approved. It is through preparation you will be approved. Approved unto God. A workman that needed not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Show yourself, study, prepare yourself so that you can show God that I'm ready for this calling that you are calling me to. Prepare yourself. Hello? Okay, look at Proverbs chapter number 10, verse number 4. He becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand, but the hand of the diligent maketh rich. The hand of the diligent, the one that prepare himself, the one that is not slack, the one that can take the discipline, the one that can pay the price. The Lord will help you in Jesus' name. Amen. What do I mean by preparation? Preparation is getting ready. You know the calling. You sense it. You know it. You know God wants to do something with your life. So what do? You get about getting ready. Preparation means getting ready. Getting ready. Have you ever flew? If you have fly before, airline people, they know the importance of preparation. Every aircraft that landed, once the passengers leave the aircraft, they will start the preparation process. Especially those international airlines. Either they flew the whole night or they flew the whole day. Once they land, that crew that brought the plane must go. Another crew will come in. Especially if it is from 4 hours, 6 hours flight. It must be another crew. Another crew that comes in, at least they will spend 1 hour inside the aircraft before they will allow passengers to come in. What are they doing? They are preparing. They are cross-checking. They cross-check the fuel. They cross-check the weight. They cross-check all the computers, the wind, everything they will cross-check. The landing, everything they will cross-check. If they see anything, any small, no matter how small, they will not fly that plane. Hello? Am I talking to somebody? I've been involved in one of those kind of things. I remember, was it not last year? I was going to Germany. We were in Lufthansa, of all the aircraft, Lufthansa. We took off in the night. Everybody started sleeping. 30 minutes into the flight, I remember, I was watching the computer because they were showing the flight parts. Then I saw that it turns. He left the airspace of Nigeria. He went to Cotonou. I was telling somebody, I said, this plane is going back to Nigeria. Then we started hearing smell inside the aircraft. I told people, I said, we are going back to Lagos. So they said, no, the plane is flying. I said, it's flying, but I look at this computer, it's going back. It was about 30 minutes later that the captain came on board and said, look, we heard a smell. It's nothing really, but there's a smell. And we can't go on like that. We need to go back. It has burned fuel for 1 hour, and they went back. And we landed in Lagos here. Me, I didn't go back with that aircraft shell. Not that I was afraid. I was preparing. Do you know, later, that plane did not leave here until 2 days later. Eventually, it was a major problem. In fact, they couldn't open it. My luggage took 4 days. In fact, my luggage got to Austria because I was really going to Vienna. It got to Austria. They couldn't open the plane here. They flew in another plane. They flew in an engineer. It is those engineers that took the plane back. They didn't allow passenger inside. They have to go and repair whatever is wrong there. Preparation. May God help you to prepare. Amen. How many people's life were wasted without when our preparation is inadequate? Okay, let's move on. Preparation means getting ready, seeking the Lord, and waiting actively on Him. Waiting that God, Lord, get me ready for this work. Reading, it also includes reading. You read. You are not intellectually lazy. It could include reading, studying, like we read in the Bible. It also means practicing anticipatorily. You are anticipating that God will do something, so you are getting ready. You are developing yourself. It also means you are developing yourself. You develop your skills, your abilities, increase your spiritual and ministerial capacities. You can see all that. All that is involved in preparation. It is honing. You hone, you sharpen, and you improve your capacity. You fine-tune your life and getting ready for greater assignments. It involves a lot of things. But let me say this to you. It is not a crime for God to call you when you are not educated. But it is a crime for you to remain uneducated. Did you hear that? God knows your educational background, but his calling is in your life. What should you do? Prepare. And you that go to school, you go to secular school, you are a doctor, you are a lawyer, you are an engineer, you are whatever. That is secular. That is secular. That is just one part of your preparation. This work is a spiritual work. You need to prepare. You need to get ready. Or else, arrows will fly. Let me quickly tell you a story. You might relate with the story. You know, during the Nigerian Civil War, the Biafrans and the Nigerians, I was very small then, but I still remember, I recollect some things. I remember that my father, we have a lot of Igbo people that are our cocoa farmers and laborers. And the Biafran army, they have a way of knowing the Igbos. If they meet any man, they'll say Toro. If you say Tolo, you are dead. They will kill him right there. So they came to our village. But I remember my father, he went and hid most of them. There's this our cocoa plantation that has rocks. So inside the rock there is hole. That's where the bats used to hide. So when we want to kill bats, we go there. There's a way we kill bats, but I won't tell you because of Ebola. You are blessed. I say you are blessed. Tell your neighbor, prepare. Prepare. Because the journey is long. The journey is very, very long. You must prepare. God can call you when you are not educated, but you must prepare. Now back to my Biafran army story. The Biafrans were defeated, not because the Nigerian army was too powerful for them. Get that fact today. One major thing contributed. It's not the finance minister that says they should deny them food or close whatever. It's not what led to Biafran defeat. I'll tell you the truth today. I'm going to research it. Biafra was largely defeated simply because the conscripts and brought a lot of people to the battlefront that were given 2 days training. Imagine somebody that is at Enugu, is at Umuahia, is at Owerri, inside city. He has never seen cockroach. He has never seen snake before. And he's a young man. So they went and conscripted. Oh yeah, come and fight. And 2 days, you aim like this. If you see anything move, you aim like this, you shoot. Bim! You kill your enemy. And they brought him to the war front. Just 2 days training. Just how to use the Kalashnikov or whatever. Just come. Oh yeah, let's go. They brought many people like that to the battlefront. Where, peradventure, the Nigerian army were coming there. And these Biafran guys were hiding inside the bush. And where they were hiding, a snake was passing by. This guy that had been in the city for years, only 2 days training, when he saw the snake, hey, my mother! Information to the other people. They finished them. That's what killed them. But a well-trained soldier, if he sees a snake, what will he do? He will remain still. I've never been to battle, but I watch a lot of war films. In fact, a well-trained soldier can kill a snake without gun, without knife, without jackknife. Just another tree. So that you don't reveal your position to the enemy. What am I driving at? Little training. Inadequate training, inadequate preparation make you a food for your enemy. Unfortunately, that's why a lot of ministers are getting heated. They are getting wounded in the battle today because ministerial work is a spiritual battle. We are fighting with an enemy. And when you are not well prepared, well trained, you will fall by the wayside. You'll be wounded. And at worst, you die. And you fulfill that mandate. I pray that will not be your portion. Okay, let's look. Why should we prepare? Now, preparation is not once and for all. It is what? It's lifelong. Underline that one 10 times. So whatever preparation you have in the past is not enough, sir. Where you are now is what your preparation brought you. If you want to go to a higher dimension in life and ministry, you need to upscale your preparation. You must prepare. Don't say, I'm okay. God can promise to take you to the top of the mountain. But I can assure you, my brethren, if you are satisfied with the valley, that's where your ministry will end. So whenever you want to go to next level, next dimension, you up your preparation. I've studied before. I've gone to school before. You will need to go again. You need to read your materials again and again. You need to study your books and books again. Unfortunately, some of us have libraries, and we have never read some of those books for 10, 15 years. They are there, but we don't read. We are too busy to read. You'll be too busy to be relevant. Always be prepared is the motto of Boy Scout. So also should be ministers. Champions are not made in the arena. They're only crowned there. That's George Foreman for you. George Foreman was the one that made that statement. That's a boxer. You are not made in the ring. You are made in your preparation time, in secret, when nobody is watching. So, supposing you don't prepare, a real knockout for you. It is looking ahead. Look ahead and start early. These are the two wings of lives that sow us. You look ahead and you start early. That was a quote that has been a mighty, mighty blessing to me in my younger years. Look ahead and start early. Then it is praying when others are playing. That's preparation. You pray when others are playing. You fast when others are feasting. You study when others are sleeping. You toil when others are going about lazily. That's preparation. You get yourself ready, knowing that there's an assignment for you, that you don't want to waste your life. You want your life to be useful in the hand of the Lord. You get ready. You study when others are sleeping. You pray when others are playing. You fast when others are feasting, because you are getting yourself ready for a better future. And your future will arrive. Amen. I read a poem. It has also helped me a lot, and I put it here for you. And this is the poem. The heights that great men reached and kept were not attained by sudden flights, but they, while their companions slept, were toiling upward in the night. The heights that great men reached and kept. And if you love somebody's ministry, if you love somebody's ministration, you all, that guy, God has blessed him. Yes, but he has also burned the midnight candle. That guy, whenever he stands up, he has something worthwhile to say. God is working with him. He has not been oversleeping. He might not tell you, but that's the truth. Some of us will come, yes sir, lay hands on me. I need this impartation. I will lay hands, I will not lay hands. But it's not the impartation only. Some people tell me, yes, how do you write those books? Well, if I'm in a good mood, I can answer you with one sentence. And usually I will tell people, you first write inside before you write outside. If you don't write inside, you can never write outside. But it's more than that. To write inside, you need to prepare. Sometimes you have to prepare for a book for about 2 years until you begin to write and write and write, and the thing will be flowing. You know, there's a difference between writing, sitting down to write, and transcription of your messages, and somebody have to cross the T's, and there's a difference. So, the highs that great men reached and kept were not attained by sudden flights, but they, while their companions slept, were toiling upward in the night. It takes private preparation, my brethren, to become outstanding. The calling of God is not the sending of God. In between the calling of God and the sending of God, there's a time to prepare. But that's what they won't tell us. And that's what we don't want to do. In between the calling of God and the sending of God, there's a time to prepare. God can call you when you are 17, just like he did to Joseph here. If you look at there, he can call you when you are 17. show you a vision, show you all those things. But he will not send you until you are 30. What does that mean? 13 years of preparation. He can call you when you are 40, like he called Moses. But he will not send you until you are 80. What does that mean? 40 years of what? Have you ever noticed that the same wilderness that Moses took care of the sheep, the flock of his father-in-law Jethro, was the same wilderness he led the Israelites through to the promised land? It's the same wilderness. It's the same wilderness where we went. He saw the bush burn, and the bush was not consumed. And he said, let me stand aside and see this great sight. Why the bush is burning, but the bush is not consumed. It was that same wilderness that he led the Israelites through. Why would God do that? He's preparing him for that journey. Many of the things happening in your life, at least if you are a genuine child of God, if you are a true minister, many of what is happening in your life, they are a preparation for your future. So that tomorrow, it will become your story. You will get there. Amen. I can't hear your amen. Amen. Joshua spent 40 years preparing under Moses. King David spent 16 years preparing under Prophet Eli. Jesus spent 30 years preparing for 3.5 years ministry. The apostles were directly prepared by Jesus for 3.5 years. And also Apostle Paul was in the desert for 14 years preparing. You know, today we are too much in a rush. We are Russians. We rush to sleep. We rush to wake up. We rush to eat. We rush out. We rush back. We rush ministry. So when God calls somebody now, the moment you have a vision, you have a dream, or the moment you pray for somebody, and the person, the headache disappear, before you know it, before you see one vision, one dream, that you tell 10 to people, and 2 came to pass, what have you? You have become a pastor. And people say, oh yeah, let's go and start our own church. Let's go and start our own church. You will rush out, but I can assure you, you will rush back. The calling of God is not the sending of God. In between the calling of God and the sending of God, there's a time to prepare. But most of us don't want to prepare. Because the sinners are perishing. For your information, they've been perishing before you were born. Prepare. It's not a battle you rush to. And when you are in the ministry also, you must keep on preparing. Keep on preparing. That's what will make you to be relevant. That's what will make you to be evergreen. I can give you some examples. Even in worldly circles, there are many that has risen up, but they fell by the wayside. Of course, there may be other factors responsible. But why is it that these 2 guys, they just keep on shunning the thing out? It's because they didn't forget their preparation. The same thing with us ministers. And people love me. I'm too busy. I don't have time to go and sit down and learn. I don't have time to go to school. When they drink you finish now, throw you away. Prepare. The time to win your battles is before they start to prepare. In Luke chapter 14, Jesus told a story. He said, if you have 10,000 and you want to go and meet with an opposition that have 20,000 or 40,000, what do? You sit down first and you plan and prepare. How am I going to maneuver him? How are we going to plan our battle strategy to win the enemy? You have to prepare, my brother. Hello, the calling is so much. The calling is so much. I don't have time to prepare. May you not be wounded in battle. Hello. Let me tell you 6 things you must prepare for. Tell you 6 things you must prepare for. Number 1, prepare for ministry. You must prepare for ministry. That means you must go to schools. If you haven't gone to Bible school, go. If you are going to a Bible school, go to church, go school. Go to leadership school. Take the time. The time will never be there. Take it. People will put demand on you. Put them aside. Go and prepare. Prepare for ministry. 3 months preparation is never enough, my brother. It doesn't even scratch the surface. It must be a lifelong preparation. You study to study again. You read to read again. Okay, I come to you now, preaching. I've been preparing. I've prepared my outline. I've worked myself. I've woke up early. I've prayed. I've fasted. I've reached it. I have to rewrite it. I have to rework it. You prepare so that I will not come and mess up. So I will not disappoint you. We have to prepare. Of course, God is the one working, but we have to play our part. Hello? Prepare for ministry. Number 2, prepare to preach. Don't be a rambler. Prepare to preach. Anytime they give you sermon to preach, prepare. Sit down, pray, study, research, write your outline. Some people say, I don't write outline. I just speak extemporaneously. You will speak nonsense. Right. So as to guide your thoughts. You know, some preachers, they will announce a topic, but they will say different thing. They will never define it. They will never get to that topic. That's one of the reasons why our churches are not growing. What people are preaching every Sunday, nonsense. You announce a topic, but you just quote one scripture, and you are just rambling. At the end of the day, you turn it to revival. You saw and when they ask your people, what did you hear in church today? I say, pastor preach. What did he say? What's the meaning of that? You didn't prepare. I don't need to sit down under you for 10 minutes before I know that you don't prepare. And you know there are preachers that watch us. Like I'm talking now, many people are looking. Is he prepared or not? But you must know I'm prepared because I'm even adding more things that it is not in your outline. If you see, that's why I don't like to give my outline to many people. I don't like it because I'll spoil it. Dr. Awoshope is a culprit in that area. He will look at my outline and say, stop looking at my outline. I don't give this to people. But if all bad I've used make to study, to destroy it, I don't give that one out because it's poisonous to many people. It's poisonous. Why do you want to see my outline? Prepare for preaching. Even if it's a 30 minutes message, prepare. Am I talking to somebody? Every preaching opportunity is a cup final. Some people are listening to you there that may not listen to you again. And that may be the message that will save their life. So prepare. Don't be like a preacher. In one PFM meeting, there were about 400 pastors with their wives sitting down. And they gave him opportunity to preach. And he just came there and said, well, I thank God for people that invited me to this occasion. Anyway, there are things I should have said, but I have nothing to say. But because you people are sitting down, I'll try to say something. Where I was saying, elephant died in the city where there is no knife. That let them just give me 15 minutes. Because you see, when I carry bag about, I'm not a Jehovah Witness. They shall let the Jehovah. There are things in that my outline. I have about 6 different prepared daughters. Now anywhere I get to, just ask me to preach. I will just pray. Which one? Which one? Which one? Someone say, you always have something to say. Yes, I prepare. That's why I always carry back. Inside, there are many things. Not juju, sermons. I have sermon for church workers. I have sermon for pastors. I have sermon for generality of Christians. I have different kinds of sermons. And I receive them. I put them aside. I take time to study, check my Bible, check all that, search the internet, check the meanings and the word of this one, check for stories, check for illustration, check for examples, check for quotes. All this one I tell you, Book of Elders, of course you need to understand, they are quotes. I check for quotes. Which one is the relevant quote? Which one is this? Yeah, you prepare. Prepare to preach. Because God will use your preaching to transform lives. And when you are saying nonsense, either you are preaching above the people or below the people, or you are saying something different. Pata pata, that's no relevance. Supposedly they call you to come and preach in a marriage ceremony. What will you preach? When Jesus went to the cross. That is not relevant. It is truth, but it's not relevant. That is occasion. That's a marriage ceremony. So you must preach messages that tally with marriage. They ask you to come and bless a new house, a housewarming ceremony. You are preaching how Adam and Eve fell into sin. Onishoro. Number 3, prepare to lead. Prepare. Go and be a student of leadership. Go and study how to lead. How to lead. You don't get it anywhere. They don't sell it in the market. They may teach you leadership, but you need to learn how to lead. Don't appear in leadership, because if you appear, you will disappear. Rather, grow into leadership. Grow into it. And you study. What do I mean by that? In the palace, that God will make you a king, he will send you there as a servant. Where do I get that one? He's David now. He became the armor bearer. You know, some people count it when you are number 2, when you are number 3, when you are number 4, when you are an associate in a church, you think, or to a leader, you think God doesn't know what he's doing. He wants you to study that leader. You may not imbibe all his weaknesses, but study the good parts. Study. Study how to lead. Study how not to lead. You know, some of us, we shout too much when you should keep quiet and be watching things and study and imbibing lessons for your life, so that when you too will become a leader, you know how to lead well. But some of us, rather, I want to be the leader. Yes, I'm due for pastoring. I want to pastor right away. Pastor. Prepare to counsel people. Because it's not everybody that knows how to counsel. You need to prepare for that. You need to study. You need to pray. You need to read. You need to look at examples of how counseling is being done. Or else, you use counseling to destroy many marriages and people's lives. Prepare. Prepare to minister to people. Prepare. Oh. And the final one, prepare. Prepare. Prepare for heaven. Prepare for heaven. Prepare. Oh. You remember the story that Pastor Daniel told yesterday. Prepare. And preparation should be in private. It should be a private preparation. Preparation should be personal. Personal preparation. It's you preparing yourself. It should be in private. It should also be personal. It should be you alone. And you know, part of your preparation is that you must have a study room. If you build a house, if you live in a house, you don't have a study room, you don't have time to sit down. You know, there are some people, it's as if they put nail in their bum. They put nail, they can't sit down. They can't sit down. You must learn to sit down. You must have a room where nobody disturbs you. You read your books, you study your material, you write your messages. Write. No matter how your handwriting is, write. If you write to a point, the English flew away, continue with vernacular. And if you write to another point, the English came back, continue. There's no crime in that. Oh, somebody sent a question that she's not educated. Can she come to our school? Yes. So long you can hear. And you can scribble some things down. Yes, come. I didn't know anything. You must know something. Because you see, when you don't prepare, you don't upgrade yourself. Inferiority complex, insecurity will kill you in ministry. Because God will send some people to you that are more gifted than you, more anointed than you, that are prepared themselves. When they start to shine, when they start to speak English, when they start to you will destroy yourself. Oh. God knows that I'm not educated. That's why he called me. You can't come here and come out. Okay, this is where the woman is sitting. Will be pointing here. You can't come here and destroy this church with your education. Onishoro. You need deliverance 7 times. Am I talking to somebody? Prepare. Prepare. Get ready. And it must be continuous. Okay, let's look at myths. What are the lies and the half-truths that people have said about preparation? And not need, and we do everything for you. That's what they have taught us. It's not totally correct, too. And it's a blatant lie. Prayer is much more important than knowledge in ministry. They tell us that. You see all these conferences people are going. I'm going to prayer mountain. I'll be praying. Pray. There's a place for prayer. There's a place for knowledge. Knowledge is the mother of liberty. Because you shall know the truth. And the truth shall do what? Can I say this to you, my brethren? You are not the first one that will do this work. And you won't be the last one. Even when you check your Bible, God places emphasis on knowledge. I accept anointing, prayer, power demonstration, prophetic ministration, and all that. They are part of the Bible. They are part of the scripture. I wrote a book on that. 5-fold ministry. I talk about all those kind of things there. Yes, it's important. There's a place for it. But above all, there's a place for knowledge. Let me show you something in the Bible. You know, all the disciples that Jesus called, they were from Galilee. And according to Bible stories, Galileans are soft-hearted people. Though they are not really educated, but they are liable to easy change. They won't give you real mental issues. So, because Jesus, that's where Jesus went and started. Took fishermen, took all those people, Galileans that will not ask too many questions. They followed him. They got saved. He knew them. And in Mark chapter 3, Gospel of St. Mark chapter 3 verse 14, he said, after he prayed, he called whom he would, the one he wants. He chose them and made them to be with him, to learn of him, and to imbibe his spirit. Those were the people that started. And when he left, he made Peter the leader in John chapter 21. Now, if you track it to Acts of Apostles, when they started and preaching, if you check the preaching of Peter in Acts of Apostles chapter 2, he just said relevant messages. He didn't dwell into the Old Testament because he didn't know much. And to confirm that, you will discover, if you read it further, the Bible says the Sanhedrins and the highly educated intellectuals, church leaders of those days, they took notice of them and say, this one are ignorant and unlearned people, but they have been with Jesus. And not many intellectuals got saved because they can't come down from their high horses. Because they see these are ignorant, unlearned people, fishermen. How can we submit ourselves under them? When God saw that the faith was becoming the faith of the ignoramus, he went and picked Apostle Paul, who studied under Gamaliel, one of the greatest teachers of his day. It was Paul that told us. You know, when they asked Peter and John, as for this Jesus that you are preaching, what about him? They say, well, we don't know. What we only know is that Jesus you crucify, God has made him Lord and Master. C'est fini. But it was Paul that came and preached Jesus from Old Testament. He's the one that wrote. And are you surprised that out of the 27 books of the New Testament, how many did 14 books Paul wrote? He wrote majority. Where God will use a knowledgeable, educated person, he will not use an ignoramus person. So when you don't prepare yourself, where your ministry should get to, it won't get there. Oh. I'll never forget a father in the Lord. He told a story. He traveled to Jerusalem. When he got there, the hotel he was lodging, he went there for pilgrimage. When he got there, the hotel he was lodging, a conference was going on. So he just said, well, I came here for whatever. Let me go and see this conference, Daddy. He came down to the ballroom. They were doing the conference. He sat down. Then they got to a point in the conference. They said, look, everybody must introduce themselves, where you came from. So they were introducing. When he got to his turn, he said, I'm from Lagos, Nigeria. I'm a general overseer I have about 150 churches under me. People say, you? And you are sitting down there? He said, I didn't come for a conference. I just came to do pilgrimage. They say tomorrow you are the one that will preach for us. How you were able to plant 150 churches? Come and tell us. But you know the unfortunate thing? Baba cannot speak English. It was very difficult to him to string 2, 3, 4, 5 sentences of English together. Very difficult. Baba said he prayed and prayed. He prayed, said, God, this is opportunity. And people came from all over. Big opportunity for worldwide ministry. He said, all his messages were prepared in Yoruba. He saw one guy there. That one is black. He's a Nigerian, but that one lives overseas. And he said, he told that one, you are the one that will preach this message. Now I say, I'm not a minister, I'm a Sunday school teacher. I say, rewrite this message and go and preach it. I'll be praying for you. I can't go and disgrace myself in the presence of these people. It was that one that preached though. That one preached Baba's message. And from that day, that one became a work. They gave him more than 10 invitations. From that Baba's message, only Baba alone one was also. The Baba was lamenting later that he missed opportunity. You know the truth? Book of Elder, chapter 10, verse 15. It's a crime for a man not to be ready when his time comes. Your time will come. But if you are not ready, once you miss it, hello? Are you here? Poor preparation and lack of continuous preparation leads to emptiness. You'll be empty. Shallowness, incompetence, expiration, you will expire. Monotony. The same message, the same message, the same message. Monotony of style. The same stagnant, and your ministry will stagnant. Because you don't prepare. You don't prepare. Look at 7 areas where ministers that I've discovered that we don't prepare today. In Psalm 78, verse 72, he says that he guided them by he led them by the integrity of his heart and guided them by the skillfulness of his hands. Then in Ecclesiastes 10:10, he said, if the iron is blunt, then you need to prepare it and sharpen it. We need skill. In my own study of pastors and ministers, these are about 8 areas or about 10 areas that I've seen that we are not prepared for ministry. Number 1, relational skill. Most ministers don't know how to relate with members, with leaders, with associates, with all that. And those of us even who are associates, we don't have the skill to relate. And yet this is a people business. And people come in different versions, different editions, different kinds of people who hear things in different ways. So if you don't develop and prepare your relational skill, you'll be getting annoyed when you should not get annoyed. That's why we have ministers who are slaves of their emotions. They get angry on the pulpit. They get carried away. They say things they should not say because you don't relate. They pronounce curses from the altar. It shows that when it comes to relational skill, you are not ready yet. Communication skill, ability to talk, ability to present your argument and your message in a compelling way, in a simple, clear, concise way that will make people to understand. A lot of people preach, but not everybody communicates. There's a difference between preaching and communicating. You can preach and talk, but you didn't communicate. Once people don't understand, you don't communicate. It takes preparation to get that. Number 3, problem handling skills. Ability to handle problems and handle challenges and handle conflicts like we said yesterday. A lot of leaders are not prepared for that. And we are not preparing ourselves. We are not going to school to help us. We handle the same problem the same way. You destroy the church. You destroy families. Number 4, leadership skill. leading well, and leading to higher height. You need grace, you need skill, you need preparation to lead well. Because you don't lead two people the same way. Am I talking to somebody? You need to be a student of leadership to lead people. And in every church, almost every church, you have the babies, you have the youngsters, you have the adolescents, you have the youth, you have the leaders, you have the veterans, you have people who have been in ministry for a long time, people who started with you, you have people who are just coming in. How do you lead them? It calls for preparation, my brother. Me say I'm still learning, and I'll keep on learning. I'll tell you my story when I'm to end it. If your money can still cover it. But if your money cannot cover it, I won't tell you. Financial skills. You need to know how to handle money in life and ministry. A lot of people just talk about money. Everything about money. And you bring it, I spend it. You bring it, I spend it. You bring it, I spend it. We spend it. My brother. You need to develop skill to handle money. You know, when you become a minister that receive the offerings and the tithes of people, go and develop your skill to handle money. Oh. God will not give you all the money. Okay, maybe I'll give you a quote about money that I developed. Book of Elders, chapter 20, verse 15. If God gives you a 1 million naira vision, He will give you 10,000 naira cash. How do you get the rest? 990,000. Skill, wisdom, patience, prayer, preparation. Some of us feel, one big man should just bring money to my ministry. If a big man brings money to your ministry, he will take the ministry away from you. Because he that plays the piper dictates the tune. In fact, when a 35-year-old man, anybody from 35 years upward, when they give money regularly in church, they have a motive. And you don't develop your skill to handle money. Just do it everything. Even simple accounting is okay. Income, expenditure. How do you spend this money so that this ministry will move forward? Many of you don't know. You need to go and study that. I have a book. I hope you can buy that. Jesus School of Money. I hope you can buy that book and read and study everything Jesus said about money. Amazingly, Jesus said so many things about money. He talked about stealing, talk about debt, talk about borrowing, talk about investment, talk about giving, talk about everything. Your attitude to money determines your heaven. I hope you can study and get it. If God is growing our ministry at all, that today we say we are celebrating 20 years and we are moving forward, it has been all this, my brethren. I can tell you, with the exception of 1 or 2 people that God has used. Okay, recently, that our new office that we are constructing, somebody gave us 1 million naira. Somebody just wired 1 million naira to our account. God bless him. Some people gave us 100,000, 200,000, whatever. Yeah. I was telling Baba Yola yesterday, when we went there, I said we have spent 37 million there. How do we get it? Well, we've been saving money for some time. But even more than that, me said, I went and sacrificed. I have a little house. I sold it. I said, let's put it there. Let's grow this thing. Yeah, it's because in a little way, God helped me to understand the language of money. Because money has language. Money speaks. Can I tell you what money says? Money says, I am like rain. When I am falling, gather me because I won't fall forever. Money says, I don't have relation. I don't. Money doesn't have relation. I flow into it. Don't write it down. Faith comes by hearing, not by writing down. He said, I roll here. If you don't tie me down, I roll away. Money says, if you don't control me, I will surely control you. Money says, I am tired of people looking for me in the wrong places. Money says, I am neither holy or sinful, depending on how you use me. I flow to everywhere. I am the same money. I am in an robber's hand, and I am in the house of God. Did you hear that? The same money armed robber handle, crooked people handle. It's the same one that comes to the house of God. Say, I go everywhere. There's no place that is holy for me. I go anywhere. Money says, if you hold me too tightly, When I wriggle myself free from your hand, you will not see my tail light again. And money says, if you use me to help others, I will always come back to you. There are many more, but that's okay. But it will take a lot of learning, a lot of skill, a lot of preparation for you to handle money rightly. Because you know what? All the money you need for ministry, you will never get it. If you are waiting for you to have all the money, before you start, you have failed. You have to start and take step of faith and put a lot of integrity and honesty. And if at the time you are stealing money, you are stealing church money, you are saying, wala ishesebere. If you are changing church money, you are stealing God's money. Who will deliver you? If Satan is punishing you, you cry to God, he delivers you. But when you steal God's money and God curse you, can I give you an example? In Malachi chapter 3, he said, you stole my tithe and my offering. You are cursed with a curse. Who will deliver you? Except you restitute. You know, that's one doctrine they don't teach us today. That if you stole, you must restitute, even after you repent. But they don't tell us, God has forgotten. You will understand later. So we must develop our financial skill so we can manage the money, and we can achieve our goal. Achieve the calling of God in our life. If you want to know much more about money, we have done a conference on that. And we have an MP3 on that. You can go and buy the conference manual and the MP3. That's about 2-3 years back. You can listen and listen. You get most of these things there. So we need to develop. We need to prepare. Family matters. We need to prepare. How do you handle your family? How do you balance your family and your ministry? You need to prepare. I'm coming there later. Spiritual and physical growth of the church. Conflict handling skills. You need to prepare. Administrative skill. Handling critics. People that criticize you. How do you handle them? You need to develop. We are human beings. People will criticize us. But let me say this to you. If criticism can kill people, it should have killed somebody like me. But it won't kill me. Because out of every criticism, even pastors, you know what you have said with your mouth. I hear many of them, but it doesn't bug me because God help me, I can pick out the truth there. The one that is true, I adjust. But most of them that are not true, I throw them away. But you need to develop, you need to prepare to get to that level. Because some of us, when you preach, okay, I remember one day in this conference here, it was here. Many years back, it was here. I finished preaching. As I was going down here, somebody sitting down there came to me and said, you should not preach that message. You shouldn't have preached that message. I said, but I preached it. You people were praying by And you know, because the message touched him, because I know him, it hit him hard. And I didn't have it in mind. I was just saying my own as I'm led. He said, you should not have preached that message. I said, but I preached it. I preached it. I wanted to call him to pray. I called another person. Because he would destroy it if he comes here. That's the battle we fight. But you don't know. So you have to be prepared to handle critics. They're going to talk. They're going to talk. Whatever is correct there. Have the humility and presence of mind. And to pray and to repent and turn. You want most of them that are rubbish, throw it away. And do what God says you should do. Critics. How do you continually prepare? Let's look at that. There are human and divine aspects of preparation. Here are steps for you. How can you keep on preparing yourself? Allow God to deal with you and cook you thoroughly and cook you well. May God cook you. Yeah. I say may God cook you. Yeah. The place of preparation is the place of incubation. God will test you. He will try you. He will temptation you. He will suffer you and whatever. So when you are passing through suffering, on recognition, people don't recognize you. They don't even value you. They don't appreciate you. It's part of your preparation. They don't even appreciate me in this church. Are you looking for rewards from men or award from men or reward from God? Of course, part of lack of reward for you, lack of appreciation, they don't even know what I'm doing. Just keep doing it. It's part of your preparation. Yes, sir, I've been serving and I'm serving in somebody's ministry. Serve well. So you can see somebody to serve you tomorrow. Take time to pray much in the private. Yes. That's part of your preparation. Renew your private prayer life. I believe in combined prayer. I believe in corporate prayer. I believe in family prayer. But I believe much more in private prayer. You alone. If you stand before God, if you kneel before God, you can stand before any man. It's your private prayer life that will give you power, give you grace, give you anointing, give you freshness. God will deposit many, many, many things into your life. But when you cannot pray at least 1 hour as a leader, you are a goner. Take time to read. Take time to study. Take time to learn. Take time to equip yourself. Did you hear that? Buy books. Not only in your area of ministry. Be a wide reader. Read wide. You get a lot. Buy books. Some people don't want to buy books. Some people cannot invest in themselves. Well, if you don't invest in yourself, nobody will invest in you. Buy books. Buy outline. Listen to tapes. Listen to this. It will improve you. It's part of your preparation, my brother. If you're always giving, you must have a place you receive. In fact, according to research, every minister that will be healthy, spiritually healthy, ministerially healthy, must go to 4 or 5 days conference twice a year. That's George Barna, the one they call this church researcher. That's what he discovered. It's not me. And you know when I discovered that, that's why I pattern our conference twice a year, major one, 3rd week of February, last week of August, or 1st week of September. And we deal with issue. In February, we really deal with church growth. But in August, we deal with the minister, his leadership, his family, and all that. So that you can be healthy. What you receive there, you can go and download. That's why there's an outline in your hand. It's a crime for you to collect that outline and put it at house. No, rework it. Rework it. Change the topic. Change number 1 to number 10, number 2 to number 3. Rework it. Give it your own name and download. Take courses. Go for courses. Like we are announcing courses now. We are announcing courses now. By Monday now, our new class will start. Church growth. In our office there. We'll still do it in our office. It's later we'll move there. But the theology by Grace Bible College, that one will start in November at our new center. But this one, take courses. It's Mondays only. 8 in the morning to 1:30 in the afternoon. It's okay. And how much are you paying? 2 plus 2, 4. 2 times 2, 4. And you are allowed to pay instrumentally. In fact, if you are paying 2,000 every Monday, you will finish paying it. It's as simple as that. To make it convenient for you, go and take a course. You will learn new things. You will learn new things. It will help you. It will hone you. You don't need to lead church before you start. You may be an associate. You may be a PA. You may be a Sunday school teacher. Go and take a course. Work out the time. The time will never be there because we are living in a fast-paced city. Everything will demand for your attention, but you must do an opportunity course. Take courses. God will help you. And if you have finished one, take another one. Me self, I am going for some courses. I want to go and polish my English more. I want to go and polish some things. I need to steal from others so I can give to you. I need to collect. Rank zeros is allowed, provided it's a clean copy. The only original is here. Hey, I can't take from others. You are not ready yet. Take and acknowledge. Take and acknowledge. Some people come here. Yes, I use your material. I'm going to share it. Low. Come on, damage you are. Idame wa ntolong, idame ji ntemi. Shall we put along what you tell me? Give God 10, give me 2. But my own 2, everything you divide it. Take courses and study to improve your skills and your knowledge. Take courses, my brother. Knowledge is the mother of liberty. When you don't know as you should know, envy and jealousy will kill you. It's a human thing. When you don't improve yourself and you see your fellow or somebody younger than you performing, envy and jealousy, insecurity will finish you. It's there in the Bible for you to see. Never lose a learning spirit. Take time to refuel and retreat. Sometimes you need to go for retreats. Now, when you say retreat, it's not only you lock up yourself to pray. take books, take resources, take materials with you. Oh, somebody said, where am I learning all these things? I can show you some. Inside of my bag, I have 3 magazines. In fact, I subscribe to some international magazines about ministry. I receive every month on my iPad, on my Facebook. Oh, every day I choose different ideas, different ideas. I receive. If you get to my office, if I sit on my table, on my right hand, there's this thing I've downloaded. Different issues on the church. I rework them. I incorporate them. I repeat them to our own level here. That's why I can come out and be saying new things to you. But you don't even have email. Or even the one that have email, you operate your email like post office box. Oh, Shilo Shimeta, want it? Yahoo TT. You don't even have a website. Nobody sends magazine to you. You don't attend any conference. One brother was telling me about one conference. Hey, he just told me the name. I went on site. I searched for it. I saw their date. It's going to take place. I booked it already. I said, I must be there. He told me something that struck me. He said in that conference, they don't beat drum. Only hymns like we are doing here. Only hymns and the messages. Only hymns and the message. And it's fully residential. I said, I must be there. He said the registration. I said, forget that one. I'll pay. The registration alone is about 30,000. I said, I'll pay. I'll pay. Already I've marked the date. Me say we go. I want to go and sit down and listen to other people. Listen to ideas. That's how you prepare yourself. May you not shaz. I say, may you not shaz. Let me close this way. I give all the glory to God. Some people say I should not tell this story, but I'll tell you. Because it's relevant. Did I tell you the story that I'm the 13th child out of 18? The school my mother could send me was primary 6. So when I came to this Lagos in 1976, August 12th, I was a primary 6 holder. And you know the primary 6 of those days, you can't speak English. You can't write English. That's how I came to Lagos. In 1982, January, when I got converted at Deeper Life, I was sitting in the Yoruba class. I always go to the Yoruba class. Then I heard Pastor Kumi say something one day. He didn't know me. We were less than 5,000 by then. He just said, you are here and you are sitting in the Yoruba class because you think you don't hear English. Why don't you come to the English class? At least, even if you don't hear what I'm saying for 2 weeks, if you persist, you will hear. Hey? I said, he's talking to me. And I moved to the English class. And truly for 2 weeks, I didn't hear what they were saying. But according to what he said you will hear. I persisted. I was looking at the amount. I will hear when they are praying. After 2 weeks, I started hearing. When did I begin to speak English? I went and joined Boss Evangelism. Mo sọ English lọ́jọ́ kan àwọn kan kọ́wọ́ dé tí mo ní kì í pààyàn. Kì í pààyàn. You know that LMTS by then? The one they call Luluwale? Not this Marua one. Oh, that one is big. Those Bantul buses. Who showed it to my two to we'll be speaking English. If I look at people say you can't speak, I say I'm not looking at people's face. I will close my eyes. I'll be speaking English. Some people say this is English. I say leave it alone. At least you understand. They say yes. What you talk? That's how we continue. And here we are today. Supposing I didn't improve myself, and I'm angry against my father that died young. I'm angry against my mother that could only send me to primary 6. I'll still be angry. I will have died. God will not have used me to be speaking to people like you. I spoke in one conference at Oshodi. During the recess, I went out. I want to go to the loo. One woman went to me and said, excuse me, sir. I said, yes, sister. She brought one note. He said, I should look. I looked. He said, there are 2 sentences there. I said, yes, I can see. He said, which one is the correct one? I said, I don't know. And truly, I didn't know. Then she said, I'm an English major. I major in English. Masters in English. He said, when you are preaching, the first one is the wrong one. And that's the one you keep on emphasizing. The second one is the right one. You didn't say that one. Hey. I said, but you understand the message. She said, I understand. I just said, let me chip in. I said, thank you, ma. Thank you, ma. I said, I appreciate you. I said, after the recess, I'm the one that will speak again. So please take your Bible and note the one that is wrong. I said, thank you, ma. And I was going away. She called me. He said, I'm surprised at you. I said, at what? He said, I thought you would get angry. I said, for what? What will I get angry for not? Me that I picked English in the streets. And you people that you went to school to study it. And why will I be angry with you? I better correct the next one, Jare. I said, when I start speaking better tomorrow, will people know it is you that correct me? She said, yo. She said, no. I said, that's what God brought you here. And those of you that are still noticing, write it out. Let's hear. Okay, but you understand the message? If you don't understand anything, at least you understand. Prepare. Stand up.